Um, this morning we talked about mindset a lot. So today, of course, this is Tim, Digital Kingdom Creations. Today I want to talk to you about fear, all right? Overcoming fear and embracing discomfort. I mean, everybody, it's a topic that affects everyone, right? Fear and overcoming it, right? So we'll explore, how to face our fear and how to, embrace discomfort and how, we can push through. Today I had a very it wasn't discomfort. It was just a matter of overcoming my fears, right? Like I can sit on here and do lives and with no fear, but when it's personal, like one on one, and I'm doing demos with other people, yeah, it's scary for me because this is a new path, new, you know um it's just new, right? So in order for me to do that, I am seeking people that would love to, sit through a demo for me, and this morning somebody was able to do that with me. And I was fortunate enough to be able to do my demo, but also this person was highly knowledgeable in the corporate world and had lots of experience with presentations. So it was really good to be able to see my presentation style and learn from people who learn from somebody who's been in the boat, and is able to do the same, that is doing the same things as me. So it was really cool to be able to do that, but at the same time I was afraid, right? I was embracing discomfort, because I want to become, as I want to become better than I was yesterday. That's with everything that I do. So that's the idea is, in order for you to become better than you were yesterday, you may have to embrace discomfort, right? You may have to push past those fears, right? Public speaking is a fear that I'm not the only one that has, and I know that, right? So the more comfortable we become with the uncomfortable, how can we do that, right? So you have to understand what fear is in itself, right? Fear is a natural emotion, right? It's there to protect us from danger, but it also holds us back from achieving our full potential, you know, because God created fear for us to, you know, to make sure that, we're running from bears and not trying to pet bears, right? Because you should be afraid of a bear when it comes up to you, right? Because it's a wild animal that's 5 times your size. And yeah, so that's exactly what fear is supposed to be, right? It's there to equip you so that way you don't have to worry about being mauled, being harmed, right? But a lot of times fear that we have today, it's just a lot of it's more of limiting beliefs, right? And the Bible talks about how to address fear many times, right? It talks about fear. And that's because, we're too afraid to step out to achieve those goals because those limiting beliefs. So the fear response that we have is more of a, I would say it's more of an internal fear, right? But once you start to understand fear and what it was designed for, it's gonna be easier for you to move past fear and to be able to embrace fear itself, right? The Bible says in Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Right? So this verse helps us to understand that God is going to be with us, right, in every moment of our fear. And as long as we step out and we embrace that fear and try to move past it, God's going to provide us with the answers, the solution, um, whatever it may be. And a lot of times it's just internalized fear, right? It's not really fear itself. But the Bible provides us with tools to overcome fear as well. In Second Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of sound mind. So when we're thinking about stepping out and being uncomfortable for whether it's the kingdom or whether it's for business, right? We need to think that God has not given you a spirit of fear. And we have to be able to learn to overcome that, with his strength. And with his strength, all things are possible, right? And just knowing that everybody makes mistakes. So we're thinking about the business world, when you're doing presentations, you have to think that you already have more knowledge than that person you're presenting to, because they don't have any idea what you're trying to uh, present to them. So therefore, you already have more knowledge than they do. So, and that's exactly, what I'm trying to do is I want to be able to become comfortable with the uncomfortable, and I want to be able to, learn how to become the best that I can be in whatever I'm doing. So by doing these lives every day, by doing demos every day, by putting myself out there, I'm going to start to become better, right? The fear is going to fade away because I'm going to be able to go, you know what? Yeah, I'm afraid to present. I'm afraid to do that. But at the same time, when I get past that fear, it's going to be easier the next time, and then easier the next time, and easier the next time before it's not a thing, right? So do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, right? For the Lord is with you and will be with you everywhere you go. So, in order to embrace discomfort, though, you have to be able to step beyond that fear, right? And growth happens outside of our comfort zone, right? God doesn't want you to be comfortable, and the idea is that, are you able to share your faith with everybody you see? Are you able? And if you can't, then that's an aspect of your faith that you need to really look at. But we need to be able to share our testimonies. We need to be able to share our journeys. We need to be able to give presentations. And it may be fearful at first, right? You may have some fear. You may have, whatever feelings are going through your head, and that's perfectly fine. And that's how you embrace discomfort, right? Because that's when growth is going to happen, when you step outside your comfort zone, right? So I just want to encourage you, right, to step out of your comfort zone, right? And, test your faith, right? Because testing of your faith produces perseverance, right? And let perseverance finish the work, so that way you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So the Bible tells us that, we need to embrace challenges and discomfort because those are opportunities for growth. Right? The more we're exposed to ourselves to uncomfortable situations, the more that we build resilience and strength. It's like working a muscle, right? The more push-ups you do, the stronger you become, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. That's exactly what I'm doing with going live, and that's why I go live every day, 3 times a day. People have said I'm crazy. People have said, you know what, that's not good for your algorithm. That's not good for the algorithm. Whatever the case may be, and that's fine. I'm doing this more so that way I can help myself, and then hopefully maybe I can help somebody else. Hopefully somebody else that watches this will take something away from it. And if I can do that, then to me, that's winning, right? So how do you overcome fear and embrace discomfort? Well, first thing is prayer, right? Everything should start with prayer. And encourage, Philippians 4:6, says it encourages us to present our anxieties and our fears to God, right? Pray for courage and strength when you are in those situations, when you are feeling discomfort, right? Make sure you have positive affirmations, right? Use positive scriptures to combat fear and remind you, of God's promises. And I keep talking about, mindset. I keep talking about a lot of these ways to get past this fear or mindset or limiting beliefs. I'm only saying that because they work, right? I've battled for many, many, many years, right? Digging my own, basically putting myself in my own hell, right? Because your mindset is going to determine your trajectory, right? Take small steps outside of your comfort zone, right? Try to be 1% better than you were yesterday, and that's going to build confidence. It's going to, reduce your fear when you continue to do that, right? Identify your fears, understand what your fears are, and tackle them fears. I am fearful of doing personal demos one on one, and I want to be able to present to businesses and local, businesses with these demos, right? I want to be able to share this product that I have with people that are in the business world. So in order to do that, I have to face my fears. I have to be able to take my fears head on and expose those fears and do as many demos as I can, talk about it as much as I can. So that way I can reduce my fears, right? Mindful, so another one is mindfulness and meditation, right? Practice mindfulness and meditation to stay present, right? Mindfulness is going to be more geared towards, being mindful of your current, how can I explain it without, meditation is also a good one, meditating on his word, right? And make sure that you have a support system so that way you can, um, be able to talk to people about your fears or find ways to overcome your fears or discomfort, right? Or maybe have a support system that you can share with, you could present to, right? Somebody that's going to be unbiased and that's just going to be helping you out, right? Somebody is typing what? Yeah, well, mindfulness is going to help you stay present and grounded in the midst of discomfort, right? It involves paying attention to the present moment without like judgment by practicing when you start to practice that, it's going to start to reduce your anxiety, because you're going to be able to start to be more calm and clear minded, right? Well, you could do breathing exercise. Take a deep breath, slow breaths to calm your mind and your body. That's one way of practicing mindfulness. I know that's kind of like mindful breathing, but yeah, if you guys want to just reflect and learn, after facing discomfort, right? Share your experiences, reflect on what you've learned, right? And celebrate that progress as well. So if you think that this was helpful today, um and you got something out of it, please share your experience, share a fear that you've overcome or discomfort that you've overcome, right? um feel free to DM me and talk about your fears and how to overcome them. I want your guys' feedback, and I want you guys to be able to interact with these lives as well. And the idea is, I'm just hoping that um, we're able to obviously find spiritual growth and overcome a lot of the obstacles that we have in life, so that way we can you know become better than we were than yesterday, and trusting in God, right? To build our dreams, our businesses, our lives, whatever the case may be, so that way we can just become better. And if you thought that you got something out of this, leave a comment below or comment your experience, and stay blessed, be bold, and step out in faith.